Let's begin by looking at the following photo. Although it looks fine as a whole, we will make some adjustment and take a new one on this basis. It looks a little better, doesn't it? Here, if we continue to make some more adjustment and retake a new one, again, it looks better, doesn't it? Of course, this photo is now almost complete, but if you still want it to be more eye-catching, then continue to adjust it. And finally, you will get a photo like this. In this video, Blue Lake Shot will not only completely break down what adjustment we made in each photo, but also explain in detail the 3 types of the sense of immediacy. Let's take a look. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on your little bell to get more information on the latest mobile photography for free. First, we need to understand what adjustment we've made in the photos taken just now. In the first photo, we simply took a photo of a French toast, just like the mechanic clock in and out of work every day, which has relatively less emotional impact. This is to say, the photo is rather dull, and it's just about what is on the table. In the second photo, we add other props around, even though these props are supporting characters. They are not just placed. That is, each prop has its own role to play. So now it reminds you of what you've learned before, right? As a competent supporting role, these props are to be used to create the overall atmosphere, which will bring you back to the scene. The table is not yet cleaned up, so that time is stopped, and the scene stays the same. In the third photo, the food itself is more fully organized, and some fruits are added to visually cook the food, creating a more concrete understanding of the taste of the food through visualization. In addition, the background, such as the honey stick, doesn't necessarily have to appear in the picture, and even if it does, the stick doesn't necessarily have to be covered with honey, and some honey is even spotted on the table. In the first photo, you see the French toast, despite the jar of brown liquid next to it. There is no clear clue as to what is inside, so you may guess it's honey, but you may also assume it's tea. In the second photo, there is a honey stick, so you can tell that the jar is filled with honey. And then we move on to the third photo, where, in addition to the honey stick, there is also a portion of the liquid on the table, with a specific and concentrated area not greatly spread, so we can assume that the liquid is somewhat viscous. In this way, you can be more sure that the jar is filled with honey. In the fourth photo, you will see that the main subject and the props are more closely connected with each other. Besides the honey jar and honey stick around, honey is also added on the top of the main subject, in order to make the overall arrangement more reasonable and consistent. At the same time, it strengthens the flexibility based on the sense of immediacy and makes the photo more lifelike. You can learn from the explanation just now that the use of the sense of immediacy can quickly improve the effect of photos in a short period of time. In the classification of the sense of immediacy, we simply divide it into 3 types, namely, static sense of immediacy, dynamic sense of immediacy caused by human beings, and dynamic sense of immediacy caused by non-human. The first type, static sense of immediacy, where all objects in the picture are still life and exist in a static state. The photo records the appearance left after certain action. For example, a half-peeled orange, flower petals scattered on the table, etc. The second type, dynamic sense of immediacy caused by human beings, in which human beings are involved in the picture, triggering dynamic effect to complement the subject through human movement and recording the freeze action. For example, a person is arranging flowers, pouring tea, eating a meal, etc. The third type, dynamic sense of immediacy caused by non-human. There is a dynamic effect in the frame, but the dynamic is not caused by human, and even if all the objects in the frame are still life, it can still produce the effect of movement in stillness. For example, a steaming bowl of soup, drops of an ice-cold bottle, etc. In the future, you can apply these tricks when taking photos and express more content. Fun photography at home. Have you learned it? If you have any questions about taking pictures or arranging props, please leave us a message, and we will make it into a tutorial video to reply. It's not hard to take pictures. Just try it.